He hung up before Hardner could launch into another tirade on the state of the industry. It wasn't like the fate of the world rested on the sale of another vacuum sweeper. He picked up his cell phone. It had already quit ringing, but he had a voicemail waiting from Corinne. She must have changed her mind about him picking up Sadie in town. He punched play. "Jesse, call me right now." The alarm in her voice made his heart accelerate. He didn't wait for the rest of her message, but punched call. She answered almost instantly. "Corinne, what's wrong?" "I can't find the girls." She sounded frantic. "What do you mean you can't find them? Where are you?" "I'm at Danae's. They were playing in the backyard, and now we can't find them." "How long have they been missing?" "We got here around 4:30, and they went out to the playhouse. They were still there. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes ago. But when I went to get them, to go home, they were just gone. We've searched everywhere." "Well, they didn't just disappear." He tried to keep his voice steady, but already news headlines were flashing across his mind's eye, too many of them straight off the pages of the local news in recent years. But Corinne sounded like she was near hysteria. He needed to keep his head. "You looked inside the house?" "Yes, Jesse. We looked everywhere." "Well, you couldn't have looked everywhere, or you would have found them. Calm down. It doesn't help anything for you to flip out." "That is not helpful, and I'm not flipping out," she said. "But we've got to find them, Jesse." I know, babe. I'm on my way." He grabbed his keys and jacket and headed for the parking lot. "Call me if they show up." The girls couldn't have just disappeared. There had to be a logical explanation. He drove like a maniac across town, making a quick call to cancel his meeting as he maneuvered through traffic. References to rush hour were usually a joke in this small city, but right now, he would have given anything to clear the 4 lanes of traffic off the road. He hit a red light half a mile before Danae's. At the same moment, his phone rang. He fished the phone from his pocket, but didn't recognize the number. He wanted to ignore it, but decided that wouldn't be wise under the circumstances. "Hello?"
"Mr. Pennington?"
"Yes?"
"This is Joan Morgan, Kaylee's mom. I'm sorry to bother you, but I haven't been able to reach Corinne. I was just going to let her know that we have to go to Poplar Bluff tonight, so we could easily drop Sari off on her way, if you don't mind if she stays for dinner."
"Wait a minute. Sari's with you?"
Yes."
"Do you have the other girls? Are Sadie and Simone at your house?" He didn't think that was the plan, but he'd assumed Corinne meant all 3 of the girls when he said they were missing. She would have picked Sari up by now, unless he'd completely misunderstood. What was going on?
"No."
Kaylee's mom hesitated.
"Only Sari is here."
Her tentative tone told him he was confusing the poor woman, but no one was more confused than he was. I think that would be fine for Sari to stay for dinner. I'll talk to Corinne and get back to you for sure, but just plan on it, unless we let you know otherwise." The light turned green, and he gunned it, calling Corinne as he drove on. Again, she picked up instantly. "Did you find them?" "No. Where could they be, Jesse? They were right in the backyard. It's like they've disappeared into thin air." "You're talking about Sadie and Simone, right? Sari's friend's mom just called and—" "Sari! Oh no, I forgot all about her. I was supposed to go pick—" "No, it's okay. I made arrangements." He made a mental note to call the woman back the minute they found the girls. "Listen, I'm almost there. Talk to you in a minute." He clicked off without waiting for a response. Was Corinne losing it? First she lost their 2 younger girls, and now she seemed to have completely forgotten about their oldest daughter. She was easily distracted when she was with her sisters. It drove him a little nuts, but he was used to it, and besides, the girls often played in their Aunt Danae's backyard playhouse. They knew to stay in the yard and away from the street. An image flashed on the screen of his mind. The girls down by the creek behind the inn on Chicory Lane. They knew better than to go near the water by themselves, too. But Corinne said Sadie had done so anyway, and then tried to lie about it. The memory gave him strange comfort. Maybe this was the same, and they just ventured outside Danae's yard and gotten lost in the neighborhood. A minute later, he turned into Dallas and Danae's neighborhood, winding his way through streets where tricycles and skateboards littered every other driveway and children played on front porches. He started to crank the steering wheel to turn onto the cul-de-sac where Corinne's sister lived. But something made him look down the street, running the opposite direction.